Our Family, Part 57. The immediate family unit of Hazrat Khaja Pir Qazi Ahmad Baksh radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Well, the name of his second wife is Hazrat Rahmat Ilahi Bibi radiallahu ta'ala anha. Hazrat Rahmat Ilahi Bibi radiallahu ta'ala anha. She is the daughter of Hazrat Khaja Maulana Ghulam Muhammad radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And she is the granddaughter, maternal granddaughter of Hazrat Khaja Pir Qazi Saifuddin radiallahu ta'ala anhu. The maternal granddaughter, Dotri. Well, the children from the second marriage are: the first child is a son, Hazrat Khaja Chairman Pir Qazi Nur Muhammad Chishti Nizami Qureshi Hashmi radiallahu ta'ala anhu. The first child, the son, and the only surviving child is Hazrat Khaja Chairman Pir Qazi Nur Muhammad Chishti Nizami Qureshi Hashmi radiallahu ta'ala anhu. The second child is a daughter, and her name is again Hazrat Amir Bibi radiallahu ta'ala anha. You should not confuse yourself with Hazrat Amir Bibi radiallahu ta'ala anha from the first marriage. Hazrat Amir Bibi radiallahu ta'ala anha from the first marriage died in childhood, whereas Hazrat Amir Bibi radiallahu ta'ala anha in the second marriage died in her teenage before getting married, and she lived to quite a part of her life. She was in her teenage and she died before her marriage. Hazrat Amir Bibi radiallahu ta'ala anha of the second marriage died in her teenage, and Hazrat Amir Bibi radiallahu ta'ala anha of the first marriage died in her childhood. Let's talk about the third child, Hazrat Kundan Bibi radiallahu ta'ala anha. Hazrat Kundan Bibi radiallahu ta'ala anha is the third child of second marriage and the second daughter of second marriage. Hazrat Kundan Bibi radiallahu ta'ala anha died in her childhood. Hazrat Kundan Bibi radiallahu ta'ala anha died in her childhood. And the fourth child, who was a son, his name was Hazrat Vaddu Mian radiallahu ta'ala anha. The fourth child, who was a son, his name was Hazrat Vaddu Mian radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Hazrat Vaddu Mian radiallahu ta'ala anha lived some part of his life, and Hazrat Vaddu Mian radiallahu ta'ala anha could not get to his teenage, to the elder part of his life. Hazrat Vaddu radiallahu ta'ala anhu, sir, I beg your pardon, I've given you the wrong pronunciation. Hazrat Vaddu Mian radiallahu ta'ala anhu died in his childhood. Hazrat Kundan Bibi radiallahu ta'ala anha died in her childhood. Hazrat Amir Bibi radiallahu ta'ala anha of the second marriage, the child of the second marriage, died in her teenage. And the only surviving child, who is a son, Hazrat Khaja Chairman Qazi Nur Muhammad Chishti Nizami Qureshi Hashmi radiallahu ta'ala anhu, a very renowned figure in the name, who took part in politics, who was very phenomenal in his agricultural skills, a renowned gentleman for politics, and he performed miraculously in the field of politics, and he got to the position of chairman, so that's why it is put in his name, Hazrat Khaja Pir Qazi Chairman Qazi Nur Muhammad Chishti Nizami Qureshi Hashmi radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He represented his party, he represented his family, he represented himself on various platforms. Since he was in politics, the people knew him, the leaders knew him, the world knew him, and he played a very significant role. Hazrat Khaja Chairman Pir Qazi Nur Muhammad Chishti Nizami Qureshi Hashmi radiallahu ta'ala anhu is my maternal grandfather, and is a very renowned figure, a significant person in the family. Well, that's all for Hazrat Khaja Pir Qazi Ahmad Baksh Chishti Nizami Qureshi Hashmi radiallahu ta'ala anhu. I'll provide you more in my next video when I talk about the other great figures.